Welcome back to Wisconsin tonight. You know, you might think it's always Beer Week in Milwaukee, but this is officially Milwaukee Beer Week.
Yes, and in honor of this, we are going to have beer-related segments in Wisconsin tonight.
And tonight we're focusing on cooking with beer.
And we are happy to be joined by Chef Paul Zerkel of Good Kind Restaurant. Good Kind will open in early June, and he's brought all of his ingredients here.
Welcome.
And the chef,
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, explain, what are you going to cook for us tonight?
I'm basically doing a very traditional dish. It's mussels in beer.
Mussels and beer.
Yeah.
Great combination.
Yeah, definitely. And I happen to add bratwurst to mine, just to bring it a little bit more Germany into it. The Belgians also use a type of sausage called trip sausage.
All right. Well, go right ahead and take it away.
Thank you. I'll first start with a friend of all chefs, a lot of butter.
Low
lot
cal
of
buttery,
butter.
right?
And then we'll add a little chili flake for a little spice. It goes really well with the beer. You can see the butter's browning a little bit.
If only you could smell it at home.
It's butter.
Wow.
One of my favorite things in the world. And obviously in Wisconsin, everybody's. So we got garlic, chili flake, and now parsley.
Oh my, the garlic is really coming out all of a sudden.
Wow.
Again, I was Italian trained, so garlic is always a part of whatever I do. We have bratwurst and caramelized onions.
Oh, wow, that's a great flavor. And now this recipe calls for what's known as sour beer. Can you talk about sour beer, Chef?
Sour beer is kind of like, it's a style of beer that's cooked, or not cooked, but brewed a little bit differently than regular beer. It really, the word sour is really sour. It tastes kind of bitter, almost like a sweet tart.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like adding some acid to your dish,
Exactly.
and you're going to be using the sour beer.
This is a hoppier beer from Central Waters, who is a partner of mine at Good Kind, and we'll add the mussels.
Oh, wow, this smells
Important
so
to do all of this in that order, I take it.
Yep, and then you kind of give the mussels a little bit of coat, and hopefully not spill all over.
I've got a cloth.
Perfect. That works out well. I'm glad I came prepared. So you just add about a half a bottle of beer, and then stick the lid on. And hopefully turn it up to high and get everything steamed up.
And so how long does it take to finally get this in its final state?
About a minute and a half.
About a minute and a half.
Yeah, you just see all the water in the mussels, in the mussels themselves will start steaming and open.
So they'll open, and once they open, you know, those are good to go.
Exactly.
You know, it's become popular lately, Chef, that people are actually pairing beer with a lot of different foods, just like they pair wine.
Exactly.
Is that something you're seeing?
Oh, definitely. When I first started as a chef in the early 80s, it was a lot more wine dinners. But as the beer, and especially craft beer in America, has grown, beer dinners are much more prevalent.
Do you have any tips for people?
As far as pairing with beer?
Yes.
With wine, you kind of go, when you're pairing with it, you kind of go with the opposite flavor. With beer, you kind of go the same flavor. That's the way I usually do it.
This heat is, I can tell you've got high heat here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And even higher if possible. But you can see the mussels are just starting to open a little bit and pop open.
Now, how do you know if they're done?
They're wide open.
When they open up, and if it's too, you've cooked them too long, what happens?
They've just turned rubbery.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So you're cooking them with beer, and I assume you're going to you're going to plate them eventually.
Exactly.
And then people will drink beer with it primarily, as opposed to, I mean, I suppose you could drink anything, but if it's going to be Beer Week, we got to drink beer.
Well, in Belgium, they call it mussels and beer, and then they also serve with French fries.
And you're going to open a sort of like a European-style restaurant.
Correct.
That sounds exciting. What kind of dishes are you going to feature?
Well, we're featuring a rotisserie, first of all. I bought a French rotisserie that'll have all kinds of meats on it, and as the meats spin, they'll drip juices onto the vegetables underneath. So it'll be served with cooked vegetables.
All right, we'll take one look because we got to go pretty quickly, and there it is. Perfection.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Chef
It smells
Paul
so
Zerkel, Good Kind Restaurant. We appreciate you joining us on
Thank you very much.
Wisconsin Tonight.